Hello and welcome to another episode of the Best Automatic. I'm your host, Captain Know-It-All, and I'm going to simply explain, if it's your first time watching this, obviously this is going to be part 2 because it's got a number 2 on it, but we have been talking about and doing stuff about that classic TV show, The Green Hornet, and obviously the movie as well. And another thing, I'm your host as well, alright? I'm Captain Purber, and if you don't know the show at all, that I'm the best one of them all, right? Because I'm the better driver and all these lot, alright?
Right, I'm Captain Gorgeous, and you can gather that I'm the very good looking one, as you know, because my mum says I'm a pretty boy.
Yeah, it's who he thinks you mistake you as a bloody budgie.
No, she doesn't! Look, lads, shut up, I'm his big brother, the pervert one, alright? And my name is what I like to be called, the beekeeper.
Yeah, because he has a condition with Jason Statham, don't ya?
What do you mean a what? A condition?
Yeah, you got withdrawn Jason Statham syndrome, and you obsess about the beekeeper or something, aren't you?
No, because he didn't get an Oscar for doing that movie, and I like that movie because it's about bees.
And you don't like bees, don't do you, bruv? Look, we're not having another bloody domestic about bloody bees, are we? Sorry, everyone, but if you're not too sure what you're watching, it's meant to be a car program, and it is. Well, yeah, obviously it's a bloody car program, and it wouldn't be called the Best Automatic, would it?
Well, yeah, it could be something else, you know.
Like what?
Guns!
Oh, don't you get all threatening about guns because we have to use GTA 5 footage and all that, look. Because obviously we're not allowed to get our hands on a certain vehicle what is in the Green Hornet.
Well, obviously we can't because the real thing's not even in the game, is it?
Well, no, but yeah, alright, fair enough, you're right there. So, everybody, there was a quite shock horror for us, right?
Yes, there was. That we are used to our car program being not so popular because we get like 1.5 views.
On shock horror, guess what, everyone? We got more views. And now I'm bloody nervous. We got 6 views altogether, didn't we?
Yeah, we did. 6.5 views.
And now the pressure. I can't act it. I can't even go out in public just in case I get recognised and all that lot. You don't even go out. You let your mum do all shopping and stuff for you. Well, yeah, because I'm famous now. 6 people in the whole wide world have watched that video.
1.5?
Well, yeah, but I don't understand how that works. But anyhow, so, the thing is, though, part 1 must have been interesting because our beloved not so tame racing driver.
You do know that people might not know what this program is.
Well, obviously, we mentioned that quite a few times. If they didn't know, they wouldn't be watching part 2, would they?
What happened if they just skipped and started watching part 2?
So you mean what I explain all this lot? Right, obviously way back in the heyday in England, right, there was a program what educate people about, cars called Top Gear. And obviously, it was interesting in the 90s, but then it slowly evaporated. Then it came back because one of the presenters called Mr. Jeremy Clarkson had it rebooted. And things changed, didn't they?
Yes, that did change because after the show was really taking off us.
Well, yeah, it's said times, we know that a lot of us suffer with withdrawn Top Gear syndrome. But we're not going to talk about that, our symptoms and all that lot, and we aren't it's a medical illness and all that lot.
Well, yeah, or obsession or something.
Look, what are we getting at? That if we're not too sure that anybody doesn't know what the bloody watching, that we should put a nice clip of the Top Gear from not the BBC. Well, technically it could be, but obviously, yeah, I know what you mean. Yeah, it was a program
Yeah, but don't forget what the BBC did to Jeremy Clarkson, because something about it, he didn't get his right dinner order or something, and he found the only Irishman what can't take a punch.
Yeah, alright, don't be discriminating people. That is not, we get in trouble for stuff like that.
Yeah, but the old Top Gear used to get away with stuff like that.
Well, yeah, that could, well, obviously they didn't get away with that, because obviously what happened to Clarkson? He got a bloody opportunity to do anism, didn't he?
Well, yeah, and he got more successful then, didn't he?
Well, yeah, it proves the difference, yeah. Now, to make people understand, or you out there, what smart people,
They might have tuned out by now.
I hope not. Right, we're going to put a clip on anyhow, so you might sort of understand what we're trying to get at. Even we're not, well, it's nothing to do with the Green Hornet. Well, no, it'd be complicated now. Yeah, but we've moved on to the subject of Green Hornet.
Oh, don't go and get on there. Just play the bloody clip, alright?
Alright, bruv, don't get your knickers in it, Twigs.
Oi! Don't you criticise my knickers? I've got a nice picture of a bumblebee on mine.
Alright, well, too much information he's giving out, isn't he? Yeah, here's the clip, everyone.
In the last series of Top Gear, you might remember we showed you
This picture, it's a Vauxhall concept car. Now, Vauxhall said that the new ordinary three-door Astra that they were going to build was going to look exactly like that.
He said if it did, he would eat his own hair.
Well, the good news is that we can settle it once and for all today because we have one of those ordinary three-door Astras in studio today under here. So, let me explain. This looks like that.
Then Clarkson is going to be ingesting his own barnet.
Yes, get on with it.
Oh, I'm getting...
Get on with it, mate. Get on with it. Does that look like that? Come on. Yes, it does look like
It looks exactly like
See, what I meant to say was I'd eat her hair.
a jug hair. Yes. What you actually said was you'd eat your hair, which is exactly what you're going to do. So, you might like to have a hairdo, hairdressing. See, please look at the James Boy. This is the last series. I never thought it would come in so handy so quickly. And this is Michelle, and the hair Michelle comes from. Michelle's going to do the hair.
We're going to need somebody to actually prepare the hair and...
Well, let's see. Well, who could be better than gentleman Anthony Ward Thompson? What sort of dish have you got in mind? Well, I don't think anyone knows that omelette, to be quite honest. An omelette?
An omelette?
An omelette? I could probably have rustled up an omelette myself.
Okay, well, we've got a place for you to do that, and we'll get back to that later in the show.
That was interesting, wasn't it?
Yeah, I was getting into that. I want to know what they're going to do with his hair.
Well, obviously, we can find out a bit later on, but obviously, we've got to move on about what happened to our previous episode, because obviously, our not-so-tame racing driver was on the best automatic test track, driving its own substitute vehicle of the Green Hornet. Obviously, somebody wasn't really happy about why should the Green Hornet be a strong super rally car or something.
Right.
Well, Volvos are very famous for in rallies, aren't they?
Well, yeah, because they're famous for the name, isn't it? Because it replicates rollover, doesn't it? And that's what they tend to do a lot, isn't it?
Never mind that now. No, but the person says well, the game had this sort of advantage, but not an advantage because obviously, Volvos are not very good at steering, are they, or something?
Right, you mean in the game?
Well, maybe in the game. Now, no, what they're all getting at that they wanted the Green Hornet's American car, and obviously it should have one of that old type shaped car, and obviously there's more vehicles in the game, so why can't the game do it again, or even get that other driver to do it then?
Right, you mean mistake away?
Yes. But obviously, we're going to get the game another chance to, go rummaging in our garage and all that along and see if it finds a nice car.
Right, okay. So we're going to see the game, like, doing up a car or something.
Well, yeah, because everyone thinks it's unfair that, he drove a Volvo or something.
Right, okay. So that was very technically interesting to find out. But I want to know what happened in Top Gear now. I can't remember everything in it. I want to know if Clarkson eats his own hair.
Never mind that now. want to talk about the game anyhow. And like I said, well, about, you can get in the bumper in there. So, it's got to get a different car.
So it's got to get a different car then.
Well, yeah, but anyhow, we're not bothered about that. If you remember how part 1 ended, that you were all quite curious how I got on with that car chase, didn't you?
Not really particularly, no, I wasn't.
No, we weren't actually.
Yeah, I am, because obviously I keep claiming that he's cheating. Come on. I mean, yeah, it would be quite interesting to see how you get on with that chase. To see if you're a really good driver.
Well, yeah, the producers are all interested to know what tree. So, yeah, here it is, everyone.
So this is how it's going to be, how good you are at driving this car then, is it?
No, well, obviously, you're wanting to know how it turned out and all that lot, didn't you? Because obviously, because I've been highly skilled at driving this car, because I'm around the best way to the tips, that's the new lot.
Oh, that's really idea. Yeah, that's right, you know what I mean? Because we know that some form of cheating must be involved for you to do that.
No, I haven't cheated, I just got highly skilled and all that lot. And I'm showing you, we're getting into police chases and all that lot, makes you go a bit quicker around the course and that.
What happened there?
Well, you know that, it's PlayStation films, it's all a lot of cat bits there, don't it? It don't record it all.
Oh, right, so we're not seeing the fully car chase then.
I mean, just little bits missing out of it.
Well, that was rubbish there. Like, the police never got you there. Yeah, well, it's still moving.
Exactly, something Mr. Gorgeous. Right, so obviously I sort of messed up there, because obviously the car is so big. And you all know, if you all play the game GTA, if you want to get rid of the police, we all went, going into the sewers and all that,
Oh, right, yeah. Well, stuck there now, aren't you?
Well, yeah,
You got shot, you idiot!
I know I got shot, you idiot.
Don't be calling me idiot. You're the idiot.
Oh, I'm an idiot. What? Because I got shot. Obviously, it's a bloody violent game. Look, lads, instead of bloody arguing, I mean, can we just move on?
Yeah, I want to move on. Yeah, because I was very eager to want to know about Jeremy Clarkson eating curly hair, his own curly hair.
Oh, bleeding that. You do know that the programme did move on to different subjects.
Well, I don't know if you don't actually put the clip on. I mean, what the hell were we watching here?
Well, obviously, we do have a bit of a difference in this programme compared to Top Gear, that we do have a time racing driver mid-takeaway. So I think it'd be quite interesting to see our beloved Gimp picking its own proper American muscle car as the Green Hornet, not some bloody rolly car as some other bloody Volvo and all that. Look, that's just cheating. But obviously, our beloved Ms. Takeaway is going to pick her own car as well. And I think she's special and awarded that she's allowed to buy one as well.
You what? Buy a car?
Well, yeah, because obviously that's what we do, don't we? In the humble days of GTA 5, any new cars, we always seem to buy them, don't we? And then we review them.
Yeah, but this time we're not viewing it. How are you, idiot?
Will you stop calling me a bloody idiot? Alright, look lads, I told you not to bloody start kicking off and arguing and all that lot.
Oh, just let him that it, or what?
Yeah, let's put the bloody clip on for Captain Gorgeous to see what Top Gear went on with.
Right, you idiot.
Shut up, you idiot!
Oh, just put the clip on.
And a hair omelette. An omelette? An omelette? We've got a place for you to do that, and we'll get back to that later in the show.
For now, though, we have some alarming news from the colonies.
You see, we exported a bunch of convicts to Australia and the God Squad to America, and here we are, 200 years down the line, they've got it into their heads that they can make cars. Plainly, James and I had to go and sample their efforts.
This rather handsome-looking brute is the Vauxhall Monaro VXR.
Oh, I got into that, you know.
Well, yeah, but obviously we're going to move on because obviously it's meant to be a, the Green Hornet special, and obviously we've got other stuff to get on with as well.
Yeah, but what? Like what? I mean, it's a Green Hornet special, isn't it?
Yeah, but don't forget we've already done the Green Hornet, haven't we, practically, but we have to do it again. All because of that gimp went into a popular rally car, don't they, you know, a Volvo, don't they, and he should have picked some, standard American car.
Well, that's just a gimp for you, isn't it? 'Cause it's an idiot.
Well, yeah, he's an idiot.
Just like you, isn't it?
No, don't you call me a bloody idiot. I bloody tell you now, I bloody fell for that, don't I, you git? What?
Don't call me again, that's even worse than an idiot.
Well, alright then. Fifi then.
My mum calls me Fifi.
No, that's a name calling and all that lot. Why don't I just put another nice bit of educational video on or something?
Like what? I mean, put Top Gear on. I want to know about the Vauxhall and all that lot.
Well, obviously we should be doing a bit more about the Green Hornet, don't you think?
Well, I think that you look fairies, right, should shut up and do something more different than that.
Well, the thing is, we have been talking about rally drivers and stuff, and obviously I've been around filming all over the country, with famous museums, even down to aircraft in London and to Birmingham and that.
Right, so what's that got to do with anything?
Well, I've got lots of footage. Well, we're not interested in your bloody holidays. You want a holiday? I'm doing it for the best automatic, you idiot. Oh, no, he's it now, calling me an idiot. I'm bloody insulting. I call you a bloody babe. Oh, I'll just put a clip on.
Yeah, you better do, because everyone's getting, very frustrated now.
Well, yeah, because we've got withdrawn Top Gear syndrome, haven't we? Well, obviously, you're such an idiot, knowing that, aren't you, Mr. Know-It-All? Well, yeah, but now you're not making sense. I'll just put a bloody clip on, you idiot.
What the hell was all that about? I said put a clip on, not some ancient stuff.
Well, there is a good reason why I might have put that on. Yeah, because you're an idiot. Alright, let's be idiot now, because you're an idiot. Don't calling me an idiot! Why everyone calling me an idiot?
Because you are an idiot. Yeah, you are an idiot.
Shut up! What are you bullying me for? Anyhow, what I'm trying to get at, that, we are doing the Green Hornet. Well, any idiot knows that, don't they?
Well, yeah, you're an idiot and you know that, don't you?
No! Just give me up calling me an idiot.
Well, you are. Now, stop interrupting. Mr. Know-It-All's going to come out with some intellectual knowledge, are you?
Well, the thing is, though, we are actually doing a Green Hornet, as we all know. Well, yeah, state the bloody obvious, right? Well, the thing is, though, I think personally the great big American muscle cars we're using are no good for our base automatic test track. and I think really we should divert maybe to the next episode to say, leave the Green Hornet out. Why is that?
Yeah, why is that for? I like playing the Green Hornet on GTA.
Well, yeah, we do, but it's not the best vehicle to sort of like get in a, in a chase or anything, or going around the best automatic test track, is it? Well, I didn't do too bad with mine. It's because you are rubbish, aren't you? Is that what you're getting at? No, what I'm trying to get at that, I've been out to the motorists, as you well know, on your holidays again. No, it ain't holiday. And obviously I've been talking to professional rally drivers, and obviously they drive on different terrains, and that's what our best automatic test track's a bit like, at the humble beginning before we get to the racetrack bit, what goes up, that's vertical hill. What? So what you're saying then? Well, it's blatantly obvious what I'm saying, that technically I think we should be using rally cars. Maybe that's why the GIMP was using a Volvo. Alright, so, but I had more of an advantage because I'm a better driver in the GIMP, and all our test drivers.
Yeah, right. You're not.
Well, we'll have to see how they get on then, don't we? That's not a bad idea. So, yeah, let's check out their footage. Yeah!
So we're on to this, are we now? Now we are actually looking at our lovely classic vehicle, what came round I'm a hipster in 2014, wasn't it, on GTA? And this is that famous Vapid Blade.
Yeah, that's right. I mean, that car's sort of like represents the Agassa.
What?
Agassa. It's like a really cheap version of you mean a drags car? Well, yeah, like that. Yeah, for drag racing and stuff. Now, point is, that we all know that car on GTA 5 is based on the Ford Falcon, isn't it? Yeah, that's right. I mean, yeah, it's definitely the Ford Falcon, but obviously, that one's got like double headlights and stuff on the game. But yeah, it's just typical with Rockstar and all that lot. But yeah, this is what the GIMP should have used.
But it ain't the GIMP, is it? It's the other driver.
Well, yeah, it is actually, yeah, but obviously, so we're having Miss Takeaway doing the driving in the Blade.
Oh, yeah, I think so. I don't know, actually.
Well, yeah. So now, we've got the other time racing driver doing it. Well, maybe so, but might have the GIMP doing it, because technically the GIMP will still have to do it, because it was the GIMP we win part 1, but it did the mistake by not having a rally car, but having a Volvo, as we all know from the part 1. Yeah, but what happened if people hadn't seen part 1 and just skipped to part 2? Well, we told them now that they don't need to see part 1 if they haven't, because we just told them, haven't we? Well, exactly. So,
we are getting intellectually confusing now, aren't we? Oh, you are just a bunch of numpties. Just get on with it, because this is the part of the show where we have a not-so-tame racing driver driving a vehicle round our best automatic test track. And obviously how it works is, obviously, who has the bestest car ends up being on our leaderboard. And obviously, with this new rule that my brother keeps cheating on, I have not been cheating at all! Shut up, you idiot! What are you calling me an idiot? But I'm not an idiot! Right?
I won them races fair and bloody square, because you lot are all bloody rubbish. Even our best automatic test drivers, or whatever you want to call them, are bloody useless. No.
Oh, he's bragging again. No, but the point is, what happens is, we've got a garage and it holds 10 cars, and who fills their cars up with 10 cars on all these challenges can keep their job, but who is the last one doesn't, isn't it? Yeah, that's something like that, isn't it? Yeah. So, but for the moment, our brother's been winning it, hasn't he? Yeah, cheating like you said. Yeah, I think he's been cheating, definitely there.
I have not. What? I mean, okay, look, never mind arguing and all that lot. I mean, it's getting a bit petty and rubbish and stupid. But the point is, why don't we just put the clip on and see how our not so tame racing driver do it? I thought it was the other one. What?
The other driver.
We don't know yet, do we? So we're here now to actually see our not so tame racing driver go around with the Vabbit blade. I thought it was going to be Miss Takeaway.
Stop being idiots. Obviously it was going to be the game.
I think stop calling me an idiot, right? I'm sure it was Miss Takeaway who was driving the vehicle.
No, only an idiot will think that.
Will you stop calling me an idiot? Look, lads, we're not focused on the actual going around the best automatic test track, don't we? Well, obviously we do. Of course we do.
Yeah, so stop being an idiot about it.
Would you stop calling me an idiot? Just leave it be, Captain Rogers.
Yeah, I mean, leave the idiot out, right?
Will you stop calling me an idiot now, bruv?
Well, you're an idiot, right? Because you're an idiot for interrupting there.
I'm not interrupting. Yeah, but we haven't actually spoken about what we're doing by coming in about or talking about the vehicle going around the best automatic test track, because obviously it's got all the way around the bits of the rough terrain. Now it's on the race course in conditions of terrible wet weather, and as you can see that the vehicle isn't really that great at getting round bends, is it? It's a great big clumsy American muscle, isn't it? Oh yeah, he's a bit. I mean, obviously, I was thinking doing that. Oh gosh, that is bloody disgusting. That idiot he is.
Well, it takes an idiot to know idiot, doesn't it, bruv?
You stop calling me an idiot!
But you are an idiot, you just interrupted and all that lot.
Well, look, it's not alright now. So we're going to move on, and obviously it's not going to get on the scoreboard. Why? Well, it didn't do well, did it?
Yeah, you idiot.
Don't go to be a bloody idiot, right? I didn't realise. I thought Miss Takeaway was going to be in. Well, funny enough, I think they are actually, because there's another vehicle that I think our producers are quite happy to invest in, and it is the old classic Tampa. You mean the tampon? No, the Tampa.
He's been an idiot again.
I'm not being an idiot again.
I'm already an idiot.
No, I didn't mean it like that.
What did you mean then?
I'm not telling you anyhow. Yeah. Well, the point is that, yeah, I think Miss Takeaway is having a bit of liberties of exploiting our producers, because obviously they've gone out and bought a new car. Well, obviously they have, I think they've bought the Tampa. Yeah, we all know that, but obviously we all know that what that vehicle's based on, don't we? Well, yeah, the 1969 Plymouth Buick GTX, is it? Well, something a bit like that, but oh yeah, we all know what it's actually based on, but obviously what we should be doing now is actually seeing another not so tame or a tame racing driver to see if they can do any better on the base automatic test track, don't you think?
Yeah, I think that'd be wise.
Yes, it would be.
Yeah, so we'll agree on that. We're going to see another clip of another vehicle going around the base automatic test track.
Yes, and it's the original tampon, or what? No, tamper, not tampon. What I just said.
Yeah, stop being an idiot.
I just said, don't come here, idiot! So, here we are, watching Miss take way to her lap now, aren't we, fellas?
Yeah, we are. When the moon out.
Well, she might do very well, actually, you know, compared to the king. Well, yeah, hopefully, because obviously, you know, she might be a better driver, isn't she?
Yeah, better than you idiot.
Give up calling my idiot or get well annoyed anyhow. Just interrupted a great start by saying that.
What do you mean? Oh, she's taking it very easy, though.
Well, you would do, actually, because look at the condition of the weather and all that, look. I mean, obviously, she's going up to that whoopsie-doo bend and loopy-loo bend or whatever, and Damnation Alley here coming up now, right now. You know, because when we call it Damnation Alley, because of that movie, didn't we? And it's damn and all that lot.
Oh, yes. You're getting very, very highly technical now, aren't we?
Well, obviously I'm getting highly technical and all that lot, because obviously, you know, it's quite advanced. Anyhow, she's on the, you know, on the racetrack now, and obviously you've got that great big steep hill, but obviously she's got to get round to this great big massive hairpin, and obviously she's slowed down very, very slowly there, and not doing very well at all, actually, because it's about 1 minute and something, and obviously the gimp's quicker and it's take away in the new car.
Yeah, disappointing, isn't it, then?
Oh, yes it is. So, obviously, not so tame racing drivers and very tame racing drivers hasn't done very well with their Green Hornet. So, well, it was quite interesting, wasn't it, I suppose?
Well, not really, not as much as interesting I've been learning.
What do you mean you got something important?
Well, obviously I'm doing, like, you know, I'm replacing you, aren't I?
What are you on about?
Well, obviously you've been an idiot.
Oh, you stop calling me an idiot!
Well, obviously you are an idiot, because obviously I'm taking over your James Bond, aren't I? And you haven't been doing your research about James Bond.
Well, you're such a mush, your mum won't let you watch James Bond.
Yeah, well, she won't let me, but obviously I'm learning the history when you was rubbing it in about James Bond driving on 2 wheels and all that, no? Anyhow, I'm starting from the humble beginning, because obviously the producers want me to watch James Bond movies in book order, and obviously I started at the humble beginnings of Mr. Cubby Broccoli and his partner Irving Allen.
You what? Now that is mate. Oh, they had their arrival, didn't they, or something?
Well, yeah, obviously they did.
Wasn't the Donald Hamilton or something what wrote the McElm books or something? And didn't he find it like he came into competition against James Bond?
That's right. Yeah, because he had Harry Sauceman or something, didn't he? And Mr. Broccoli, and obviously he abandoned his mate, and so obviously he came back against James Bond, and obviously, because I'm going through all the McElms and doing all that history and that, because obviously you got Dean Martin like in it, and obviously he's famous, like the Cannonball Run movie.
Yeah, well, I know that, because he was always drunk in it, and he was always drunk in Macau movies, wasn't he, Dean Martin?
He was always drunk when he was singing and all, because that's how you become a good singer. You have to learn how to drink or something.
You what? What are you on about now? What? We won't be going back about the Green Hornet, aren't we?
Well, that's what I'm trying to get back at, really, because obviously Macau and me being introduced to all these gadget cars, as Mr. Pervert here was telling me about, that, you know, you got the famous DB5, and obviously Macau had gadget cars, but it was like seducing women and alcohol and no really fancy high-tech gadgets. Well, they weren't big, but, you know, it sort of reminds me of the Green Hornet. Is a bit like, you know, more Macau, more James Bond, because everybody needs a gadget car, don't they?
Well, obviously, yeah. I mean, what are you getting at now?
Well, that's what I'm studying at, and obviously I just find it interesting that we were doing gadget cars, aren't we?
Well, yeah, but we are a bit withering on, aren't you?
Well, yeah, obviously, but obviously, you know, like this movie what came out, isn't it, later on, that nobody didn't like because it was a weird gadget car.
Well, yeah, I mean, yeah. It's a bit inside, maybe because they didn't have Nicolas Cage, you know, doing his Jamaican accent and all that lot.
I know, it's weird, isn't it?
Bullshit, man! Bullshit, man!
Yeah, that's right. I mean, you are right there, Captain Gorgeous. I mean, it was a little bit of a strange thing on that, wasn't it, you know, on that movie. But obviously, there was some interesting facts in the movie, like, like the director said and all that lot.
What are you on about now?
Yeah, we are actually interested. What are you on about?
Yeah, what are you on about, right?
Well, I'll just, you're whittering on, aren't you? No, what? Yeah, what? Because obviously, you know, because the special features and stuff about the Green Hornet and all that lot were quite interesting, you know.
What is he getting at?
Oh, yeah, what are you getting at? Well, are you trying to play a clip or something? Well, not as such. I mean, I can play a recording of it and something, the interview or something.
Right, so why don't you just get on with it then? Yeah, because you're just dragging this out now, you idiot.
Stop calling me an idiot! I said that, or what? Just play a bloody clip.
Goldberg and I had nothing to do with this film.
That's not true.
That's not true.
Come on now.
I'm going to intermittently, should I translate for Godby throughout the audio
That'd be a
commentary?
good idea.
No, I'm gonna have my own subtitle.
You can't have subtitles in an audio commentary, I don't think, can you?
So this wasn't actually the original first scene of the movie, but we shot a first scene that Michelle and I actually thought was good, and Seth and Evan sucked. So
Well, the problem is that it was in a play in a schoolyard, and Neil's son was in the scene, and just didn't pull it off.
I realize that I'm going to be paying for that my whole entire life. My son is not in the movie now.
I know, and did you break the news to him
I
already?
broke it to him yesterday, actually. him and my nephew.
And you told them they were cut out of the movie?
I did.
Was it the hardest time you told someone they were cut out of the movie?
It was pretty rough.
Oh, man.
At any juncture, did you say that showbiz?
No, but I did say it's whirly-durly.
It was
Life's a
whirly-durly world.
Maybe that's why the movie was a bit of a flop, is the cutting people out of it and all that lot. That was evil and nasty, and they're laughing about it.
Well, that's show business, innit? Right? I mean, obviously, it's like we're upsetting Nicolas Cage, innit? Because he wants to play a Jamaican man, right?
Well, yeah, but that'd be weird though, don't you think?
Well, yeah, it would be, but obviously, you know, but, I mean, they do witter on a bit more about saying insulting things and all that lot. I mean, maybe that's what the movie wasn't really that successful and all that lot. Like what? I thought that will put a bit more. Oh, why?
And there's Tom Wilkins, obviously, who Seth has worked with in the past.
No,
Michelle has worked with
Sunshine.
Otherwise, he would not have done
Well,
that
let's
film.
talk about Josh before he disappeared forever from the film. This little brat.
This kid was a handful, but ultimately
He delivered.
we got what we needed out of him.
He's got chosen over another one because he was more chubby.
Exactly. I will say that. You know what's funny is I went through all the trouble of losing this weight for the movie, and they just went and cast a fat kid right away. The first thing they were doing is like, we need a chubby kid.
But just I want everybody to know that Tom Wilkinson's skin is actually pulled back here to make him look younger.
Yeah, it's true. We did some weird effects.
For real?
Yes, he's actually
Like
pulled back.
And originally in this scene, Edward James almost came in right now, and we did like a young version of Edward James Olmos. It looked exactly like Edward James Olmos from Miami Vice, which was
And a nice rich brown mustache.
Yeah.
So what the hell was all that about? Like peeling in people's skin back and giving them bushy brown moustaches and all that lot?
Well, that's what they have to do in the movie. I mean, it works what they had to do with Cameron Diaz or whatever, you know, because she had a hair gel or something. Oh, that's a different movie, you idiot. Oh yeah, I think it is, yeah. But anyhow, but the thing is, a lot more what went on behind the scenes of that bloody movie and all that lot.
Right. Why are we interested?
Because it's a Green Hornet special, that bloody why, you bloody idiot.
Don't call me idiot. You're an idiot.
Stop calling me an idiot, or why? Just play a bloody clip.
Okay, so here we're gonna see for a very short moment the group Anvil.
Are they actually in there? Can you see
Well,
them?
they're now actually they're just in the TV in the back.
Just in the back room.
Yeah.
So Anvil learned a very valuable lesson. Just because you shoot in a movie doesn't mean you're actually
Anvil,
going to
so far, Anvil and your son are the casualties.
And my nephew. And my nephew.
We should keep a list of just all the people that we had to cut
we
out of
just
this
skipped
movie.
Eddie.
Oh man, he's the greatest guy, and he's an amazing actor, and we just wrote the scene really poorly, and so we had to redo it. And that was yet another victim to our incompetence. A lot of
But
people
the winner was our special cameo. Will come right now.
It's true. It's really nice of James Franco to have done this. I'd just like to
Yeah,
say
actually,
that
we are the
on the
winner.
record.
And I'll admit, I thought the scene was way too long, and
it plays pretty well.
it still is a little long.
It's
but-
still definitely a little long. It's the kind of thing that, like, even now when I, like, you watch, you know, I remember we watched Superbad in the theater and everyone laughed real hard, and when you watch it on HBO, you're like, every scene is a minute and a half too long. And we left, like, long pauses for laughter, which we should have taken out ultimately.
So the Green Hornet was meant to be a bloody comedy. I didn't even realise that.
Yeah, that proves how much of a bloody idiot you are.
Well, you're calling me idiot. Because all I can say, it takes an idiot to know an idiot, doesn't it? Because you are an idiot.
Don't call him my idiot, or what? That's just bloody bullying. I mean, don't be slow. I'm trying to come out with a bit more focus about the Green Hornet because somebody's driving a car from the movie they like, not the TV series, but you know the movie because it's got them great big Gatling guns, you know, they're a bit like, you know, James Bond had in the latest Bond movie, you know, with the Daniel Craig one, I would say.
No Time to Die.
Oh, Mr. James Bond expert, oh, them a bloody sudden.
No, I ain't. I mean, studying that.
Well, I don't mean, just keep on playing the clip about the Green Hornet, because that's what our subject's meant to be about.
Yeah, just get on with it, right? Because I'm quite interested in how much of a performance they did and why it's that movie's a bit of a mess, innit? They should have bloody Jason Statham in it. That would have been alright, wouldn't it?
What Jason Statham for? Because you love him and something, bruv.
No! No! Just play a clip.
Every expression of James is hilarious.
It is.
So should we talk a little bit about how Christoph Waltz became Chinovsky,
Yeah.
the villain.
The villain. Well, we originally had Nicolas Cage.
Can you do the imitation of Nicolas Cage with a reggae voice, or how?
Green Hornet. I'm gonna kill you, Green Hornet. Sure. Lot of mercy. Bomba clot. Green Hornet. And
I think we couldn't faint our surprise when we heard him doing this voice.
oh man, I'll be honest.
It was like the weirdest
There's
thing
Anvil.
ever.
Just missed
There's
Anvil.
Animal for 1 second. I remember me and Evan. I should not be telling this story, but I will because I don't know if anyone actually listens to this. I remember me and Evan driving to the meeting with Nicolas Cage, and I literally said to him, like, if he actually does the Jamaican accent, I won't be able to handle it. Like, I don't know what I'm gonna do. I remember saying it, like, I don't know what I'm gonna do if he does it. Like, I just don't know how I'm gonna deal with that. And then he actually did it, and I think he kind of expected us to. It almost it was though when he ended, he expected us to kind of stand up and applaud and go crazy.
No, maybe not so,
I
but
don't know.
our reaction was extremely cold. We just couldn't believe
He
that
just
he
said
had
our
done
reaction
it.
was extremely cold. That was
Yeah.
what I understood.
And it skipped the meal. I mean, Amy had ordered a beautiful meal with
Yeah.
sushi, and he just went home
He
right
left
after.
dinner. Yeah, he bailed.
But you know what? That version of the movie might have been interesting too.
It might have been
We'll never know.
interesting. Every
We'll never
time I
know.
watch it, I think about that.
Well, Nicolas Cage, every blue moon, he delivers the greatest. He's always pretty solid.
Yeah.
Sometimes he knocks it out of the park.
It's true.
We've already bloody heard that bit.
Well, yeah, but obviously it's a bit of a continuing. I mean, obviously they're trying to speak bloody quick about bloody what will happen in the bloody movie and all that lot, wasn't it?
Ooh, that was a bit of a mouthful, wasn't it, don't you think? Because you're just an idiot, are you?
I said you're calling me a bloody idiot, or what? That is bloody unfair, or what? And it's uncalled for and all that lot.
Yeah, but the thing is, though, that movie didn't do very well. Like, Corporal Dump doesn't do very well because obviously maybe that's why we're sort of following after a better example of these guys doing it, aren't we?
Well, you say that we're imitating the Green Hornet.
Well, we are a bit, aren't we? We're doing the Green Hornet, and nobody won't watch it because they don't like the Green Hornet, do they? I mean, we should do something a bit different about, the Transporter, with Jason Statham in it and that. That would be better to do.
Why bloody Jason Statham? Next week we'll be doing bloody Megan next, won't we?
Megan? You mean the little robot girl?
No, the Megan the shark, the great big shark thing in the water, bigger than Jaws, because it's a great big giant massive CGI shark. Because that's all Statham can fight in his swimming trunks or whatever, It's a CGI shark. Not like Steven Spielberg, what had a completely mechanical robot what didn't work because he didn't like getting its feet wet or something.
Feet? You mean it's flippers?
Well, yeah, don't get that bloody technical.
Why don't we just play a clip? Yeah!
And just so everybody knows, we shot this scene actually on the set of Burlesque.
Yeah, so this is Cher and Christina Aguilera's dressing room in Burlesque. And this scene was actually shot in 3D. Can't you tell? But, yeah, that's where Christina Aguilera learned the ropes of the world of burlesque dancing from a very mean and strict Cher.
But this scene really does set the tone for the movie. It was a brilliant addition to have this kind of really set the tone of comedy, action.
So now the question is, where is the gun coming from? Anyone can answer.
No, it's magic is the answer.
Yeah, I don't
What
know.
pocket is containing the gun?
If viewers will notice that, yes, you never understand where the hell this gun comes from. We, at one point, Gondry, we insisted that we build, like, this crazy holster for the gun, and it was, like, supposed to go underneath his coat, but it looked like he was hiding, like, a minivan underneath his jacket. It looked ridiculous.
And I had done a very cool design to hide the gun for this scene that you guys rejected.
Oh, yeah, so Gondry had this idea where Christoph is... It's like a suitcase with a map of the city in it, and it's like...
But it's like a 3D map, like Lego-ish.
Yeah, like a Lego-ish map, and as he displays the city, he takes the buildings and builds his double-barrel gun out of it.
You will have that in the DVD bonuses.
Yeah, you actually built it.
I'm sure we will find that in Michel Gondry's video at some point.
Yeah, exactly. But
Hey, wasn't one of your videos in the movie at some point?
Well, obviously, you know, they were imitating GTA 5, weren't they? You know, like we carry all them guns with our character, and the guns just appear, don't they? I mean, that's why it might not have worked, because obviously not a lot of people know how the rules work on GTA 5, isn't it?
On 6.
Well, not bothered about 6, anyhow, because it's all got technical and love stories and stuff.
Well, so, but in our day when GTA 5, that, yeah, you had your gun barrel and all that lot, and obviously the movie might have been made around at the same time or something. I don't think it was actually, but yeah, it could give the inspiration for Rockstar to think, let's take an example from the Green Hornet, you know, the movie.
What are we bloody on about? Oh, well, we're talking worse than them idiots, aren't we? One of our cars don't do bloody well.
Oh, give up, bruv. Stop, give it a bloody rest, alright? We'll carry on listening, because we might get a bit educated on it, actually.
Why? They're just talking in a load of bloody twaddle.
Oh yes, with me.
The colored one.
Yeah, I don't think it's still there. But the double barrel was my concept.
That was one of your early additions to the movie, I have to say.
And there is a payoff at the end that you guys resisted, but I think I won you over.
You totally.
That's why I fought you so hard on that, and as I was sitting there realizing that it worked at the end, I was actually happy for you more than I was angry.
The pony room.
This actually really happened right here.
That's a very practical shot. That's a visual effect, but we blew up that building right behind Christoph. The pony room is a reference to the original Green Hornet TV show, actually. There's an episode where a bar called the Pony Room is the epicenter, and they do some kinky stuff in there in the episode. We can say shit.
So they can say the word bloody shit, but bloody hell, it doesn't make sense about bloody guns, does it? And all they want to talk about is, you know, fancy bloody singers and dancers and dressing rooms and all that lot.
But it's quite interesting to see, you know, it's quite hard and difficult to make a bloody movie, isn't it? Especially a noble car movie as well.
Yeah, but I never realised it was a bloody comedy, anyhow.
It is, it's meant to be funny.
Well, yeah, funny that getting confused and all that lot.
Anyhow, what our main purpose is to do now, because obviously all we're doing is whittering on, and when we should be talking about the Green Hornet, because obviously we've played parts with Nicolas Cage. That was just, you know, because that is a shock, but obviously in part 1 we had you know, Mr. Pervert's car, and it seems like that car is still the best car. Yeah, because it's the better driver. And obviously, with me being an expert of knowing the film Crash, that's why, because I do a lot of that imitating in that virtuality simulator game, you know, GTA 5.
Right, so you go around harassing online players and that, and doing that weird stuff like that happens in that weird movie called Crash. Yeah, I thought Crash won an Oscar, didn't it?
Well, yes it did, but not the one we're talking about.
Well, yeah, because my Crash, I remember, where it was in 1977, I think, that, you know, that there was this killer dog, but the killer dog got killed by a killer wheelchair, and there was about this killer convertible, more or less killing police officers just to get to a destination to kill a man in a wheelchair. Even his wheelchair came alive and killed the dog.
What? So, it's just a film called Crash?
Yeah, like the other film was called Crash, and there's another film called Crash, isn't there?
So, a lot of people are calling this film Crash. It's a bit baffling, a bit confusing now.
Well, yeah, I suppose it is, but, you know.
So, really, technically, we're going on to a complete different subject now, aren't we? No, I've got some interesting stuff about that movie, Crash.
Well, we're talking about another bloody movie now, aren't we?
Well, yeah, it's quite interesting.
Not as interesting in ending the show. So, on that burst bubblegum bubble, it's time to say goodbye.
You can't be ending it like that.
Yes, I can, you idiot.
Don't call me a bloody idiot.